every religion there is a rites of passage. In Christianity, it is baptism. Rites of passage, it means if we can see the ceremonial mark entering into the different stages of a life. In Hindu religion, there are 16 sanskars, but most of the Hindus, they know about 4 sanskars. Most of the Hindu, they carry out 4 sanskars. The number one, or the one which is very popular, is Namkaran sanskar or naming ceremony. You can name your son or daughter after gods or goddesses. Suppose you name your son Ram. Every time you call your son Ram, you are taking the name of God. Day in and day out, you are calling the name of God in your home. Or suppose you call your daughter Santi, peace, or Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. The second ceremony, that is called Upnayan Sanskar or Janevu ceremony. It means you are introduced to Gayatri, you are introduced to your religion, you are introduced to knowledge. In this ceremony, you wear a thread with 3 strings. It means that your child is going to remember 3 responsibilities in life. The first string that represent responsibility to God, the second string represents the responsibility to teachers, and the third string represents responsibility to your parents. And this sanskar, it is called Janevu sanskar or Upnayan sanskar. The next ceremony is Vivah ceremony or Vivah sanskar. It means now you have to take responsibility, you have to take care of your parents, you have to pay bills, you have to earn money, and you have to take care of children. You are ready to take burden. In this ceremony, you light a fire. Fire is an eternal witness, because your friends, relative may pass away after some time, but fire will always remain there, and that's why it is said it is an eternal witness. And you take a 4 round around the fire. 4 round represents 4 aims, 4 goals in life: dharma, arth, काम and moksha. Dharma, it means a righteous living. Arth, it means to earn legitimate money ethically or with ethical way. And the last or the third one, that is kama, fulfill righteous desires, else you will be a psychotic case. And the last one, that is called moksha, to be out of this cycle of birth and rebirth, to get rid of this bondage of life. And after that you take 7 steps, that is called Saptapadi, and every steps represents something. The first step is a step towards God. The second step is steps towards health. The third step is steps towards wealth. The fourth is towards progeny. Fifth is happiness. The next one is strength, and the last step, that is the seventh step, that is lifelong friendship. Because no one is higher or lower, both are like a friend. So that is the third sanskar, that is called Vivah sanskar or marriage ceremony. Final rite of passage is Antim Kriya or death ceremony. In Hinduism, we say that a lot of elements combine together and produce this body. So, once you have gone, then your body has to go back to the nature. It means it is a Hindu way of recycling, and that's why we burn the body. Who is not cremated? There are 5 exceptions. The number 1, a child who is below 10 years, he is immersed into the water. The second exception is a pregnant lady, because the child in womb is still not fully developed. Third is a monk, a sadhu, because he has achieved a higher level of human existence, and that's why a sadhu is also immersed in water. A man who has died of snake biting, he is also immersed into the water. And a leper, a man who was suffering from leprosy, if he has died, then he is also immersed into the water. So friends, these are 4 major sanskar that most of Hindu carry out, and these are the 4 major sanskars which are the most popular. Although in Hindu religion there are 16 sanskar, but out of this 16 sanskar, most of Hindu practice at least 1, 2 or 4. This was just a brief information about these 4 sanskars. If you like my channel, please subscribe, like, comment and share, so that it may reach to more and more people. Thank you.